Bats Corner Sports and Entertainment. I am so glad to have you join us this evening, and I hope you get to enjoy every bit of what I have prepared for you. I will be your host. My name is Samuel Abodunrin. Thank you for joining us once again. So, because we are meeting for the first time, let me quickly tell you about what we'll be doing on Bats Corner Sports and Entertainment. So, Bats Sports and Entertainment is a talk show of Bats Corner to discuss business elements that surrounds professional sports and entertainment. So we deal with the business elements that we have around the sporting and the entertainment scene. And of course, we give you a look under the hood of what to expect when it comes to professional workings of the sport and the entertainment industry. So we are focusing specifically on the highlights process, things that are put together, to cook up what we call professionalism in terms of sport and in terms of entertainment. So, and we are also trying to look at the opportunities that we have in these two segments for young people in Africa. So when we talk about the sports and the entertainment segments and industry in Africa, so what are the gains that youths from this part of the world stand to get in the sporting and the entertainment industry? So those are the things that we'll be looking at on this segment. This is one of the numerous programs that we have on Bats Corner. So today, for the very first time, we'll be reviewing the participation, the performances of African countries when it comes to the Olympics that was just concluded on August 8th, 2021. So Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The Olympic was postponed last year due to the COVID-19, and we had it this year, and it was fun and it was all over the places. So, how do the African countries, how do they perform when it comes to the Olympic? What was the story like? What was the expectation, before the tournament? Before every tournament, there are expectations from various countries, various continents. We want our countries to perform. We want, countries representing the continents to perform really well, because over the years we've seen a lot of performances from countries countries in Asia, in America, in Europe, in North America, in Africa as well. So it is not a new thing that we are having, so many countries come together for the Olympic Games. But we are focusing on how African countries, are performed when it comes to the Olympic Games. And we're talking about Tokyo 2020. So after the COVID-19 issue, and we have the fans return back to stadiums and all of these things. So we have the Olympics and the performance, the medal table. We had countries from different parts of the world, even new countries that we don't expect will be on the medal table. So we have them around, getting medals this time around. So, and that is why we are focusing on how African countries did perform in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. So we'll be looking at the expectations and, of course, the outcome. We expected something too. What did we get from our expectations? And of course, we'll be looking at possible means to find solutions to the problems that we face as Africa when it comes to the Olympics. The expectations are the countries able to meet up with the expectations? Are the athletes, are they able to perform up to expectations? So, and what are the things put in place by the teams to actually bring the medals and make the country proud? So those are the things that we'll be looking at in this topic. So let me quickly give you an introduction to the Olympic Games. So since the beginning of the Olympic Games, we've had countries across all continents in the game. Really, so it's not just about Africa, it is not just about Europe, it is not just about America, it is about the world coming together. It's just like a World Cup, you understand? So we have countries, numerous countries participating. Sometimes you have about 98, we have 90, we have 80 something countries. So it's just varying in figures over the years as the sports, the competitions and the games now get to increase. So we get to have more countries coming in. There's a particular area that certain countries performs well. So having more competitions means we are having more countries, and all of these things are the things that we'll be looking at today. So in Africa, the Olympic Games is not just a thing of medal. Yes, we attach a social, moral, and socio-cultural, value to the Olympic Games because we see it as a uniting factor. We see sports as things that are something that brings people together in Africa. So we embrace sports so much in Africa. So it is not just about the medal table or anything in Africa. It's sometimes about how we can socially integrate. The social integration aspect is also important. So likewise in the Olympic Games, so we see it as an avenue to agitate, to present Africa as a free continent. Like we have a lot of athletes, we have talents too that can rep at the world stage, represent Africa, represent their countries, and do themselves proud. So we aside the medals and the competition, world competition, countries from the world, they tend to present themselves as a very formidable country when it comes to the Olympics. So Africa, beyond that, we also attach what we call social integration, value, and socio-cultural factors to the Olympics. But then there is a particular aspect that we are still missing in Africa when it comes to the Olympics, and that is talking about the economic part of the Olympic Games. We tend to ignore the advantages. We tend to ignore what the economic aspects of the Olympics brings to the table. Governments in Africa, the issue of funding and all of this thing. So we don't want to invest too much in sports, and that is a major problem and a major factor that I've seen over the years, affected our performances in Africa. Although we have countries such as South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia that have enjoyed successes in different aspects of the Olympic Games. Yes, there's a particular year where we have Nigeria in the male football final. So it's not just about the performances sometimes. So there are periods that African countries have enjoyed some successes, but then have we work on that to bring more value when it comes to economic value to Africa? So what do we gain, or what are the pros and cons, the benefits of the Olympic Games in terms of economy to Africa? So those are things we are yet to look at, and the countries, the governments in Africa are yet to seriously. So let me give you some things that happened in the Olympics in history. So I'll be talking first about the first African country to participate in the Olympic Games, and that is South Africa in the 1904 Olympics. So the Olympics is not a new thing. It has started very, very long ago, and I believe and I know since the beginning of the Olympics, we have countries from Africa representing. That is why we have South Africa at the Olympics in 1904. And from then, they always had athletes to compete in the Olympics until 1960, where the United Nations General Assembly resolved to ban South Africa from participating in the Olympics. That was due to the fact that the policy of apartheid that happened in South Africa then, so it affected the country, and the United Nations had to ban the country from bringing in athletes to participate at the Olympics. So South Africa started, and for some time they were banned, but after all the whole saga and everything, the country returned back to the Olympic Games. So we witnessed a lot of issues that stopped African countries from participating in the Olympics. So let's go to the story of Alice Cushman, who participated in the 1948 Olympics, and she was the first Black woman to aim an Olympic gold medal. Yes, Alice Cushman. Yes, many of us might not know that name, Alice Cushman. So she won the first gold medal as a Black woman. Also, we have the story of Abebe Bikila in the 1960 Summer Olympics. Yes, this is a very popular name in the African Olympic industry. So that name in Italy, Rome. Yes, Rome in Italy. She made history by running. He made history by running barefoot and winning a marathon race. Yes, marathon race. Ethiopia, because Abebe Bikila is from Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is an African country that we know so well when it comes to long distance races. Kenya, Ethiopia, so we always have them around there, and Uganda. So it's not new that we are having the name of Abebe Bikila. But there was something very funny happened with that Olympics that year, where he ran barefooted because he got his shoe, his spike do in Rome, and he didn't fit in, so he had to run with his barefoot. You can imagine. So it's as of 1960s, so running barefoot is very, very low, unusual. So those are part of the reasons, the challenges that we face in Africa. Sometimes we don't have enough facility, enough equipment, we don't have access to the facilities that the contemporary societies that we have, and that has been one of the issues that we are facing in Africa. So actually, he got on the World Guinness Book of Record for that. Then running barefoot and winning a marathon race, clocking 2 hours and 15 minutes. You can imagine. That is also a very formidable record here. Running barefoot in 2 hours and 15 minutes and winning gold. It's not an easy thing to do. So we have athletes that have these talents, that have the zeal, that have the courage to perform and deliver at the world stage. But then, what are we doing as African countries to actually support them and give them the best, so that they can bring the best to Africa? Then, as Africans, we can say we have been able to do well and achieve. So let's look at the expectations before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. We have high expectations for so many performances from countries, from teams, because a lot of things happened between 2020, 2019, 2020, and 2021. In the 2019, we had the World Championship. So many Africans did well at that tournament, and we felt coming to the Olympics, they would just do well, and probably someone who came second in the World Championship could probably get the gold medal this time. So there were a lot of expectations on African countries for the 2020 Olympics. So we started with the Nigeria basketball team. Yes, this might, this might, be very shocking for so many people, because before the tournament, before Tokyo 2020 Olympics, Nigeria pulled a lot of surprises, beating United States in the basketball. That's something strange. You hardly see country beating the United States when it comes to basketball. But the Nigerian, big Tigers were able to do that, and the hope was very high on the team, because before now the African Giants haven't made it past the group stage, and beating Germany, beating USA within 3 days. The tournament was a pre-Olympics tournament, and the games were in just in sequential order, and the first game they defeated the United States by 90-87 in Las Vegas, and after that they went on to defeat world number 4 again, Argentina, 94-71. That is strange. Within 3 days, 2 big wins, and the stage was very kind of high. The Big Tigers are coming into the Olympics with the whole of their strength. The team is being dominated by Nigerians in America, or let me say American Nigerian players. Yes, so we have some own base there, and we have others that are trained outside Nigeria. So it's a team that comprises a lot of experiences, and because of the recent feats, becoming African champions, defeating the United States of America, defeating Argentina, world number 1, world number 4. So the spirit was so high, and everybody were all over the places that the Big Tigers are coming into the Olympics with a lot of enthusiasm, and of course they are going to be landing something tangible in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. So that is one, and we have that of Zambia football. The Zambia football team having a lot of talented young players. The recent times they stopped Cameroon actually from coming to the Olympics. It was a massive thing for them, stopping the beating Cameroonians, and they have to represent Africa. So everybody was expecting that this thing is coming with a lot of vibe, a lot of energy to shock the world and prove to the world that Zambia football is back and better. So this is a lot of things. This is something that people have actually put their mind to in Africa, that okay, the Zambia football team will come all out and do something special. Demonstrate to the South Africa rugby team. Yes, the South Africa rugby 7. They have done fantastically well in 2016 Rio Olympics. They landed the bronze medal. Coming forward in that tournament, winning the bronze. And this time around, everybody was expecting that, of course, someone who could win the bronze in the 2016 could actually, bring up something more spectacular this time, and probably land something better, silver or gold medal. So there was high expectation on the South African rugby 7, and of course we have another super athlete that is representing Africa that everyone wanted to perform so well at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic, and that is in the person of Sango. Yes, that name is very popular name when it comes to the track events, and he's been doing well. He represented in 2016 in the World Championship in 2019, so he has been doing well. So everybody, all African, pundits, we are talking about this guy that is going to do well. He's from Burkina Faso, and in the 2019 World Championship, he won bronze medal, and he became the first man to leap past 18-meter mark when he set a new indoor triple jump record of 18.7 meter in January 2021. So he's still in this year, breaking the world record and all of those things. So there were high expectation, there was great expectation on him. Zango will deliver, Zango will win gold, will win bronze, or will win silver at the 2020 Olympics. And of course, we have the story of Eliud Chipmunk, and of course, some other athletes from the south, from East Africa, they are representing on the track and on the fields events. Eliud Chipmunk and Faith Kipeyon are out to become the third and second athletes, respectively, to successfully defend their Olympic titles in their respective races. So Kipchoge hopes that they can match the feat of Abebe Bikila, who is a world double champion. He's a double champion. Abebe Bikila that I mentioned at that time in 1960, he won gold, and of course in 1964, 4 years later, he won gold. And of course, we have another story of Waldemar Siparsky, who also won the 1976 and the 1980 gold medal in that. So we are expecting that Kipchoge will repeat the same thing for Africa this time around, because it's been long that we have double champion when it comes to Africa representing, African athletes at the Olympics. So we're expecting much from Kipchoge. Yes, and of course, the story, how well he did when it comes to Tokyo 2020. So we talked about that. He was able to retain his championship. He was able to retain his medal. So he's doing well. And recently, she has only been beaten. Since 2019, she only lost one time. She only lost a race. So it has been a terrific form for him. So so it's a very big one. It's a very big one. And we have that story of Joshua Cheptegei. Yes, and he's the world record holder of 5,000 and 10,000 meters respectively. So, and he will be sinking a distance double in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. So we know him, and we expected that the Olympics 2020, is going to bring in. I will now move to the performances. After the expectations, there are high expectations, and now. So what eventually transpired when we had the Olympic, Tokyo Olympic 2020. So those are the things that we'll be looking at. So actually Team Kenya topped the medal table for Africa, and just the only African country making it to the top 20 in the world. So Kenya, the only African country that was able to wrap up enough medal to make it to the top 20 in the world when it comes to Tokyo 2020. And of course, we have Uganda. So let me quickly give you a rundown of the medals standing for Africa now. So African countries taken out of the medals table in the Olympics. So the game began on July 23rd and ended on Sunday, August 8th. So 206 participating teams make it to the medal tables, including 13 from Africa. So we have 13 countries from Africa that are able to get themselves on the medals table. And of course, from that 13 countries, we have 54 that came in all from Africa. So, but 13 out of 54 was able to win at least the medal in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. So let me quickly give you a rundown of the standings. Kenya, 10 medals in all, 4 gold medals, 6 silver medals, and 2 bronze medals. They finished 19th in the world, and we have Uganda is second in Africa with 2 gold medals, 1 silver, and 1 bronze medal. That is 36th in the world. We have South Africa in the third position for Africa, finishing with 1 gold medal and 2 silver medals. So that is 52nd in the world. And of course, we have Egypt, who finished with 1 gold medal, 1 silver medal, and 4 bronze medals, 54th in the world. And we have Ethiopia with 4 medals in all, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals, and that is 56th in the world. We have Tunisia with 1 gold and 1 silver, finishing 58th in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And of course, we also have Morocco in the 7th position in Africa with 1 medal, just a single gold medal for the Moroccans, and that is finishing 64th in the world. Then we have Nigeria, who finished as 8th in Africa, with 1 silver medal and 1 bronze medal. But overall, in the Olympic country, Nigeria finished 74th in the 74th position. We have Namibia with 1 medal as well, with 1 silver medal, and could finish 77th in the world. Botswana came 10th in Africa with 1 bronze medal, finishing 86th in the world. Burkina Faso 11th in Africa, 1 bronze medal, finishing 86th. So we have countries from Botswana, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and Ghana. They all finished 86th because they are tied on medals, winning 1 bronze medal each. So let's shortly talk about the prize motivation. So what is the amount that a bronze medal winner, a gold medal winner in Africa stands to get at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? So South Africa offers the best prize cash reward for athletes in Africa. So South Africa pays $37,000 for gold medalists and $19,000 for silver medalists and $7,000 for bronze medalists. So and Nigeria is the second in Africa, paying $15,000 for gold medalists, $15,000 now, and of course they pay $10,000 for silver medalists, and finally $7,500 for bronze medalists. While Kenya, with 2 Olympic medals this year, pays about $10,000 for gold medal and $7,500 for silver and $5,000 for medal. So let's look at the issues that countries in Africa faced in just concluded Tokyo 2020 Olympics. We have the issues of disqualifications. Countries like Nigeria, had issues with that when 10 over 10 athletes from the country were disqualified due to the fact that some people, neglected their duties. So the athletes just got, prepared for the Olympics and got there not to perform because some part of their duties went missing, and some checks that should have been done was not done, and that affected the team. 10 athletes were cut off from the squad, and of course, a popular athlete, Blessing Okagbare, was also disqualified due to doping issues. So it means a lot needs to be done when it comes to technology for checking for doping and all other drug-related issues in Africa. Also, we have issues of athletes welfareism, where a country had to, the athletes from a certain country had to travel for over 34 hours through Germany to Japan, and they landed in Japan, in Tokyo, just a few hours to their game, and I'm talking about the B-Tigers, that is the Nigerian women basketball team. So just a few hours before their game. So that is one issue that we should look into in Africa. And of course, we have the issue of the number of competitions that African countries partakes in. The Olympics is about competition. You get to win more medals when you participate in more competitions. So countries in Africa should, they find it hard to, compete in so many competitions. They have limited competitions. Take, for instance, let's say after the races, the long distance races, and travel football and basketball. That's all. We have canoeing, we have swimming, we have so many events that African countries are not participating, and that has affected their performances when it comes to the medals table. And let me quickly now rush down to the recommendations, what we feel should be done for African countries to have better outings when it comes to subsequent Olympics. Another Olympic is just on the way. We have 2024 Olympics coming in Paris, so we have to improve and develop from where we stop. So we must intentionally invest into sports. African countries must invest into sports. We must keep investing into sports because there are lots of opportunities, lots of economic advantages when you invest into sports. You get to make it. ask South Africa, who hosted the 2010 World Cup, they will tell you what that has done to their economy. So as Africans, we must learn how to invest into sport, and of course, we must also improve the facilities across the continent. We have to improve the number of facilities that we have. Our athletes must be exposed to internal trainings. They must have access to facilities that can, build them and help them develop and perform when it comes to the world stage. And also, we must be willing to offer persuasive welfare packages for athletes. Do you know why athletes keep leaving Africa to, join other countries of the world? It is because of the welfare packages we get. So we must learn to, improve the welfare packages for our athletes in Africa. Then we must learn to nationalize athletes. The way continents like Asia, America, and Europe, the way they bring in our athletes from Africa and make them citizens of their country. We can also do that. We can bring in athletes from the United States. We can bring in athletes from, the Great Britain, from Asia, from China, from Japan. Then we'll nationalize them, we'll make them citizens of Africa too, and they will also help us, perform well when it comes to the Olympic Games. And of course, we must also help our athletes in the continent, homegrown athletes. Now we must nationalize them with the facilities that are available outside Africa, so that we don't keep having issues of not participating in so many competitions. If we have athletes that can perform, that can participate when it comes to canoeing, swimming, and all of these things, they will perform and they will win medals. So it's because we don't have these facilities to train them and have athletes who can, deliver and get gold medal or any medal at these events. That is why we are still lagging behind. And of course, we must improve our technology. If we have enough technology to cater for the players' heads, the athletes' heads, there are doping issues and all other issues. It will be, a lot better for us. We won't get to a tournament and get disqualified because our athletes are not, properly checked before coming to the tournament. And of course, we must also embrace training and the training of trainers. Yes, we have trainers in Africa, but then what are we doing? What are the courses to go for? Are they, improving professionally, to meet up with the world standard? Every game, all of the games we have around, they change. The rules change a lot of times. So we need to, train and retrain our trainers so that they can have enough experience to bring in talent and train them to become we must also ensure that we, forget about mediocrity and embrace professionalism and ability. Yes, it is the usual custom in Africa. We tend to embrace mediocrity, because somebody that knows somebody, then they bring him into the team. No, we must learn to, bring in athletes that are able, that are capable of, delivering. Athletes that are professionals, that have the ability to deliver, not athletes that knows somebody. So those are the things that we need. Thank you so much for joining me for this segment, for this episode. Fat Corner Sports and Entertainment. Like I told you, this platform is the place where you get everything that is so, informative and entertaining about sports and entertainment. So we are ready and we are set. This is just the first episode, and I believe you do join us again for some other episodes, same time and same platform. But of course, this program is published on our social media handles with others in more than 50 countries in Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. So each of our sessions are valuable content of the Fat Corner project, like I told you before. This is just a segment of Fat Corner's programs. We have so many other programs. So Fat Corner Sports and Entertainment is a segment. So just like any other program, so you can have our videos by visiting our website at www.fatcorner.org. You can also follow us on, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Fat Corner, and of course you can like our page on Facebook, Fat Corner, and of course on Twitter. You can also like and follow us on Twitter, Fat Corner. And of course, our aim is to achieve youth empowerment in Africa. So we are doing all of these things. We are bringing everything together for youth participation, youth empowerment when it comes to leadership in Africa. So until next time that we'll meet for another beautiful episode, I'll be taking a new topic. I want to sign out now, and I want to urge you to keep fit, stay healthy, and stay out of trouble. I am Samuel Abodunrin. Bye for now.